Hi everyone, my name is Father Sam Kachuba. Welcome to Faith Friday. Today we're celebrating the solemnity of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. It's one of my very favorite feasts. It's one of my favorite devotions in the life of the church. So I want to talk just a little bit about this Sacred Heart. Jesus appeared to St. Margaret Mary Alacoque, who is a visitation nun in her convent in a little town called Paray-le-Monial in France. Now, if you ever have the chance to go to Paray-le-Monial, there's not much there. It's really just the convent where St. Margaret Mary Alacoque lived. You can go and visit the chapel where our Lord appeared to her, and you can actually see the spot where it happened. And he revealed his heart, and when he revealed his heart was on fire. His heart was on fire, it was crowned with thorns, and at the top of his heart stood the cross. And so when we look at the Sacred Heart of Jesus, we're seeing a heart that burns with love for humanity, and yet is wounded because of our sin. So we see the crown of thorns, we see the cross, we see the pierced side of Christ right there. Jesus reveals his heart to show us that, number one, that full humanity that he has, but also to show us the intensity of God's love, that this heart cannot be contained within anything. Rather, the heart is right out there for us, and Jesus wants to share absolutely everything with us. So when we turn to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, we're turning to this great divine love that God has. And we're coming recognizing that our sin causes those wounds. It causes the crown of thorns. It causes the cross. But our sin is completely consumed by the fire of his love. Remember the image of the burning bush when Moses encounters God for the first time, and he hears God speaking from the burning bush, and the bush is on fire, but it's not consumed. The bush isn't destroyed. Well, the same thing is true with the burning love of Jesus Christ and the heart that he has. His heart burns with love for humanity, but is never consumed, meaning we can never exhaust the love that God has for us. And so from this very humble, very quiet place in the countryside in France, St. Margaret Mary Alacoque was able to share this vision of the Sacred Heart of Jesus with the whole world. Through her spiritual director, who also became a saint, St. Claude de la Colombière, St. Claude went out and proclaimed this message of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, this good news of the Sacred Heart, promoted the devotion to the Sacred Heart, but also encouraged people to make acts of reparation to the Sacred Heart, to offer their penances and their love so that this Sacred Heart, which has been wounded, would come to know, would be comforted by the love that others have. So on this Feast of the Sacred Heart, we turn to our Lord, to Jesus who loves us infinitely. We turn to his love, to his heart which burns with love for humanity, and we ask that our love for him would increase every day, that we would come to know his heart more and more, and that the Sacred Heart of Jesus would triumph in our lives and in our world. God bless you.